everybody. Jan Hicks of Jan Hicks Creates here on a beautiful Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? It certainly is. Wednesday, 29 May, 7:43 a.m., 72 degrees and sunny. Another gorgeous day. I know, I keep saying that. I'll stop because I've been thinking about so many people in the country that are being hit by just tremendous storms. Those of you that have been in tornado areas, holy cow, and even areas, New York City had a tornado warning yesterday. I mean, it's just insane, these storms going across the country. So please, everybody, I hope you are all safe. I hope your loved ones are safe. Yeah, these storms are certainly no laughing matter. But anyway, here I am back with you. It is day 29 of Stitch Mania. And today I am working on the Modern Folk Embroidery. Put this down here. The Modern Folk Embroidery 4 Seasons. This was the Mystery Stitch Along from 2018. And I am working on Winter. This is the one that I'm going to be changing the colors for each season, just kind of keeping the same palette, but changing the hues for each season to reflect, you know, kind of what happens in each season. I don't have anything picked out. Really, I have an idea of where I want to go, but I don't have anything picked out for the other seasons, so I can't really tell you anything about it. That will be a good one, though. Several of you have asked me to record a video when I'm choosing my colors, and that would be a good one to do that with. It's going to be a while, obviously. But when I get to the point of choosing spring, which I will do next, yeah, I'll kind of record a video of my fumbling around with it. I showed you yesterday, this is 40 count by the way. This is 40 count linen. The color is called Flagstone from Lakeside Linens, and it is just a gorgeous, gentle, soft gray that these colors are really popping on. But 40 count, not the best light, so forgive my little stumbles here. Every time, you know, my eyes are getting old enough that when I look away and look back, they're slower at focusing than they used to be. I do have an eye appointment on June 10th, so we will see if there's anything else going on at that point. I am using on this project, because it is a big piece of fabric. I talked to you yesterday in my video about these new peels that I got, so I am using those to corral the fabric, and it is working fairly well. Kind of have to squish the fabric back in. It's trying to get away. So yeah, I think this will do a good job. So much to tell you about. You know, I used the hashtag Give Love, Get Love in my little Instagram video about I still have all the fabric piled here because I'm going to be starting to count it when I'm done here this morning recording this while it's still fairly cool up here in the loft. But I use the hashtag Give Love, Get Love, and said that I kind of think that's going to be my new theme, from finding joy to give love, get love. And Donna Bayliss from By the Bay Needlearts, we all know her and love her, right? She saw this and she was moved last night to create this. It's kind of hard because it wants to zoom out. This freebie. Give love, get love. Specifically for me, hashtag for Jan, free giveaway by the Bay Needle Art. This is going to be a download available on her blog. I will be linking that below. I think this may be the perfect thing to use my Jan's Pride silk floss on. Remember that? Donna, I am, again, just amazed and overwhelmed and thankful for all the love that you guys are showing me. She said no crying, so I'm not going to cry. I want to say I want to drop everything and do that, but I've got to get that small done. I will probably take it with me to StitchCon, though. That's, again, perfect for StitchCon. Give love, get love, people. That's my new theme. And Lord knows we need it in this country right now. And I can only hope my little bit here does a part. I had several of you comment yesterday that you'd had a rough day and that you came home to my video and it just was just what you needed to lift you up, to make you smile. And guys, I can't tell you how much that means to me. You know, I'm just sitting here in my own little world, putting out what I think are just, you know, I love what I'm doing and I'm sharing it with you. And I get back so much in return. From your comments, your love, your gifts. I'm just amazed. Love is definitely not absent in the cross-stitch world. So, yesterday, to get back to my pattern, it is a PDF on my iPad. Yesterday, I totally went down a bunny trail when I was talking about the silks and the patchwork, and then I went into Quakers and my giveaway for my 5,000 subscriber. I mean, it's just kind of crazy how many different, oops, that's wrong, how many different places I went to yesterday. This is what happens when I don't have notes, right? So I had started to say that I was going to use those silks. I was originally thinking that, well, the pattern that came to mind immediately was the Twisted Band Sampler, you know, the one that's on the diagonal, all the rainbow colors and different stitches by Northern Expressions Needle Art. And then as I was wandering around, if you will, on, go over here. Hold on. Well, crap, that's wrong too. Hold on. Today I apparently can't talk and stitch at the same time. As I was wandering around on the European cross stitch site, I came across Jan Haltman's designs. Now I think, okay, there's somebody, the woman that comments, Yannicka, and Yannicka, I hope I'm saying your name right. She commented that there's a Jan Haltman museum and home that's 30 minutes from her, and that it's closed now. I guess he was a prolific designer and he had a museum, but it has closed in Norway, I believe she said. What an amazing thing that would have been to see. Number one, just going to Norway, period, but also to see all of his works together. But anyway, so I mentioned patchwork as being I think the one I'll use these silks for. And Leanna, now I'm gonna have to go away from my pattern again. Leanna messaged me on Instagram. She has finished it. She did it in 2016. So this is hers. Now there is a band here in the center, a low center, that says something like Hanemacher. I'm not sure what that means. Yannicka, you'll have to tell me. But she actually filled in that area just with the, just kind of completed the designs, the motifs that were around it to fill it in, and I think that's brilliant. She did it over 1 on 22 count. But look at this, my thought though, because I kind of would like to keep the rainbow feel of these silks. I actually put all my silks in their little tux bags. Because I would like to kind of keep a rainbow feel, I'm thinking of doing just that, of starting here and working it as in the color as the rainbow going down across the piece. I would plot it all out to begin with. And my original thought was to kind of separate it into bands and do each band, you know, going across the different motifs. But I think that would be too, I think that would just confuse the motifs. You wouldn't see them that well. So, first though, I'm going to separate out the colors I need for Siam Fusion and see if there's anything else I need for Siam Fusion and get that from Raquel. I don't know when I'm going to do that. Both of those patterns are $20, so they're a chunk of change. And then I'd have to see, you know, with these piles of linen that I have. Patchwork I'm definitely going to do over 1. Siam Fusion, I will have to see the pattern first and see if it will work over 1. I don't know. But then see if I have fabric here, which you would think with these piles of fabric that I have, I would have something that would work great. But anyways, I'm not ready to spend that kind of money just yet. I am going to be spending a lot when I go to Keepsakes. Goodness, I'm having trouble with the placement on this one. Where do I want to go next? I'm going to go here. And it's not like it's difficult. Because at Keepsakes, when I'm there for StitchCon, I am going to get my Christmas present, which is the English Garden sampler by, I think it's Samplers Remembered. I think it's the same ones who put together the Luz Gonzalez sampler. So I'm going to, I'd already talked to Steph. They have it in, they ordered it and got it in. They're going to pull, I'm going to just use the called for Weeks Dye Works. So then I will pick out fabric while I'm there. I'd also kind of like to get the glitter houses. I know that, you know, I don't get a lot of complete sets like that, but I do want that one. And I only have the first of those cottages. We had, the reason I want those is because we had, when I was a kid, those little cottages around our Christmas tree. They are long gone. I have the ornaments that we had on our tree when I was a kid, but those little cottages are long gone. And I saw that set, that, you know, the first one when it came out, and I was like, yeah, I have to get these. So I'm gonna get the rest of the ones that are out when I'm at Keepsakes. So anyways, because I am going to be spending a chunk of change in June at Keepsakes, let alone the cost of the trip itself, the cost of the flights, whatever we end up doing in Flagstaff, you know, there's going to be a lot of money flying out the door. So I'll have to wait on those two pieces until later in the year. which breaks my heart. I'm not very good at patience, am I? But anyway, thank you, Donna, for that wonderful, wonderful design. Like I said, I will be putting a link down below for where it is on her blog, so you can grab it. And I don't know whether she's going to post it in other places or not, but I will be posting it if she doesn't. Definitely on my Facebook page. I just realized I didn't show you my little elephant. I got my little elephant done. Isn't he adorable? Oh my God, he's so cute. So this was a fairly quick, easy stitch. That's just it. You know, if I would just sit down and work on any one of these, I could get it done. What a concept. But there's my little elephant in Pretty Little India done. And I love him. I did go ahead and do the back stitch for the eye so that it would look like something. Tomorrow is Sally Spencer, guys. That's exciting. So I didn't really take any notes this time from other comments. There was somebody that mentioned what she does with her fabric, like to prepare it when she gets fabric to store it. So not only does she serge the edges, and actually somebody else mentioned on the whole to find the center idea, to pull the threads out, you know, close to the edge, pull one thread out and then cut along that line, and that creates your perfectly even edges. So that way, when you go to find the center, you know, your edges are even, so you can line it up much more perfectly. You know, the thing about pulling the thread out, like, it's hard to do when you have a great big piece like this is. So it would take some finagling, but it can be done. So the other person commented, and I'm sorry, I didn't take notes, so I didn't write down the names. And I do like to give credit like that, so I do apologize. But the other person mentioned that, okay, they take out that linen thread to make the edges perfectly even. They serge the edges. They then get a, I don't know whether it was an acid-free card or whether they did it on a piece of fabric and noted down like the fabric count and the size of the fabric, and then they stitched it on to the fabric. So there's no staples, there's no pins, there's nothing like that that can damage the fabric. And then she makes muslin, pre-washed muslin bags and stores her fabric in those. And then she also makes cloth project bags for when she's actually working on a project. And I was just like, wow. Quite honestly, I don't know whether I could do all that. Mostly because, you know, that whole impatience thing. But I think that's awesome. It just created in my mind this picture of loveliness, this picture of just gentle care for our needle arts. And I just thought that was so cool. For those of you that are fellow lovers of the Love You Forever book, there were quite a few that mentioned that they had also read that to their kids, and they had also cried every time. I thank you for not making me feel totally weird for like breaking down in the video yesterday. Oh my God. I watched quite a bit of the video yesterday because there were a lot of edits that I had to put in, and I was just like, holy cow, Jan, you're a mess. So thank you for embracing me in my craziness. I did have to laugh though, because Donna Bayliss, when she sent me the email about the freebie, the Give Love, Get Love, she also thanked me for mentioning that book. She had never heard of it. And so she went immediately and ordered one and had it sent to her daughter to read to her granddaughter. And I wrote back and I said, okay, Donna, you need to ask your daughter when she read it, when the first time she reads it to her daughter, if she's able to do it without crying. I said, and then I want you and your daughter to read it together and tell me if there is a dry eye in the place. I just think that's awesome. If you are on Instagram, oh, Rose, I didn't ask your permission for this, so I hope you don't mind. If you are on Instagram and you follow Rose Heck, I highly encourage you to find a picture she posted this morning. Her family loved that book so much that her husband created a perpetual calendar, I don't know, wall hanging, I don't know what to call it, but it has a piece, a wood piece, where they painted on the words, I'll love you forever, I'll like you for always, always forever, my baby you'll be. And see, I can't even say that freaking sentence without starting to get all teary-eyed. Oh my God. So they created that, and then there's little hooks coming down where they have the calendar days, or the months of the year, and then from each of those they have little discs that have like whose birthday it is, like the different days and whose birthday it is on those days. It's just brilliant. Rose, thank you for sharing that with me. People are so creative. And you know, I think it's awesome, the connections we have. You know, there is so much division in this country, and I am sure there are a number of you out there whose politics I totally disagree with, and that we could not have a civil conversation on the issues of the day. But when you look at these things that connect us, the things like family and this kind of love, we cry at the same things, we laugh at the same things, we feel the same things are important. So why is there so much division between us? And yes, it is downright hatred. It's ugly. Now, it's hard to know how much of it is just blow up that happens on social media, and how much of it is everyday life. I don't know. It's not everyday life. I do not see that. But everyday life, I am surrounded by you guys. And the beauty and the love that we put out there every day, if we could just spread that, because I tell you what, I do fear for this country. I don't know whether we can ever get beyond this. But I am not getting political. I am sticking with stitching. I have finished my eye, and I will continue with the end. So I would like today, like I said, I don't think I have a good picture of the whole piece. Okay, I just cut out a whole chunk there because I took the time to go to the Modern Folk Embroidery website. So for those, you know, 2 people that may not have seen this piece, because it's been everywhere, there's all kinds of people doing it. This is the complete piece. And so I am up here. So I would like to get the word winter done today. That will be my goal. Look at that cute little bunny. He's so cute. All right, guys, that is all for today. Like I said, tomorrow will be Sally Spencer. Today I will be working on counting this beautiful linen and labeling it in some way. So until tomorrow, have a great day. Give love, get love. And I do love you guys. I know I've never met most of you, but My love is genuine because we are bonded over this silly thing of putting X's, lots and lots of X's on fabric. Who knew? All right, guys, I'm out. I will talk to you tomorrow. Have a great stitchy day. Love you. Bye-bye.